FlossTube, how are you? It's Colleen, the Rebel Stitcher here, and this handsome fellow Albus. I'm going to change the format a little bit for this episode. First of all, I'm in a different spot again. I feel like a nomad. I'm always in a different spot filming depending on what's going on in the house. So we're remote learning today, so oh, you coming to visit too? Come on, Dobby. Come here, Dobby. There's Dobby too. If you can hear over all the snorting. The kids are remote learning today, so I had to kind of hide out in a spot where you wouldn't hear their teachers and I wouldn't be a distraction to them. So anyway, I got a few rants and a few WIPS, and that's all really this episode. So, you know, you guys been watching the news or anything lately? I have been have a steady diet of NPR and Steve Kornacki at the big board on MSNBC. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully all our votes will get counted and we'll finally at long last be able to celebrate. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. We're getting it from everywhere. You don't need my opinion. Let's see, this week my kids both went to the orthodontist. Walker got braces and Etta got a spacer in her mouth to help with overcrowding. So both my kids' mouths are sore and Nicole and I are very poor. Yikes. But you know, that's obviously I never had braces. I got a snaggled mouth, and you know, but that's what you do these days. So that's that rant. And my last rant is, a lot of you have supported my Etsy shop, RebelStitcherDesigns, and I am no longer on Etsy. I'm kind of in a transition period here. Etsy has been impossible for me to deal with. At one point they shut my shop down because I had too many pre-orders, and as a seller there is absolutely no way to get a hold of them. There's no direct email, phone number, nothing. It is ridiculous for a platform that big to have no way for sellers to contact you. Like, you can send it on a message board, and like, if you're lucky, a couple days later some robot will respond and not answer your question, or at least that was my experience. So that was the first strike, and then the second strike is they shut my shop down because they said I had infringed intellectual property. Apparently one of the pins I had purchased, the designer is disputing with the manufacturer over who owns the intellectual property. I had no idea about any of this and was caught in the middle, and they just shut my shop down. Obviously, I did not seek out to buy something that was disputed intellectual property. As an artist myself, I obviously want to support artists, but again, with no way to get a hold of Etsy, there's nothing I can do. So the end goal is to have my own website, which I am working on, but I need some tech support, so it'll be very slow going. So in the meantime, I have two places you can find my needle minders. Toby, don't run on my cross stitch. Oh, sorry. On Facebook, I have a group called Rebel Stitcher, and on Instagram, I have a page called RebelStitcherDesigns. So both of those, I'm listing, you can get a hold of me. I've been listing most of my inventory, pictures of them, so you just send me a message, say I'd like this, I'll send you a PayPal invoice, whatever. I feel uncomfortable talking so much about this because this is supposed to be about stitching and not like an infomercial, but I feel like because all this big change happened, I needed to address it. There's nothing shady or whatever, it's just, Etsy's a real pain in the ass. So I am going to be having a giveaway. I had one last week. I'm going to be doing another one this week. I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways to kind of get people used to looking for me there rather than Etsy. So if you, I guess, follow, like, tag a friend, repost, each one of those gets you an entry into the winner. Last week I gave away one needle minder, went to an awesome woman in Canada, and this week I'm going to give away Baby Yoda. Here he is. I have not posted this yet. I'll do it after I'm done filming. But if you go to Rebel Stitcher on Facebook or on Instagram, RebelStitcherDesigns, and follow the prompts to enter, and each time you either tag a friend or repost, like, whatever, you get multiple entries to win, and I will draw the winner for that in a few days. So if you like Baby Yoda, good luck. Okay, now this cross stitch channel is actually going to talk about cross stitching. Ooh. Let's see, I've worked on 3 things this past week. The first one, let me grab the chart, is Flying Foxes. Again, I'm not totally crazy. I'm just doing this guy in the middle that is hanging upside down. I'm doing it with my Stitchy soulmate here, Buddy Jody, apparently from Steel City Stitchers. Apparently we have just like a million things in common, and we chat and laugh and stitch this together and commiserate, and it's been a lot of fun sharing that with her. But this is how far I've gotten. You can see I got his little eyes in. This is, I think it comes to about here. I think that's the whole length of him. So I'm really cruising along. I'm making a lot of progress. So it's something you need to focus on because it's really confetti heavy, and you know, it's not mindless stitching, let's just put it that way. So I think he's looking great. I'm excited to finish him. Maybe I've been too watching the news too much to really put some thought into him. So hopefully once we get some information and some clarity and some closure, I can go back to him. So that was my first WIP. My second WIP is Winter Quakers by Rosewood Manor. This is really pretty, and this is easy stitching. It's pretty. First of all, it's on 14 count Ada. I think it's Dwarf by Picture This Plus. And I hate, the only thing I don't like doing is the one-stranded little snowflakes. For some reason, they're kind of a pain. I don't like doing them, and they're not as much instant gratification as these little motifs. So I've been kind of putting them off, and I am thinking maybe that's not a good idea because they're all going to be left towards the end, and I'll really hate it. But this is how far I've gotten. I think this is the bottom of the page right here. So I've got like half this motif done. And then I think I still have some stuff over here, but I'm close, other than the snowflakes, I'm close to a page finish on this. And the variation on the thread is really fun to work with. It's kind of neat to see what color's gonna kind of come out that round. And that's with the Valdani threads in the kit. My last WIP, you might have seen my pain. Everybody seemed to get a kick out of this last week. I don't know why, because I didn't do anything wrong. But I'm talking about the Zimmerman coverlet Sal. Here's the picture of what it would look like. I didn't even bring the chart with me, so there is no way I can mess up at all this time. But I showed you before that I had started it vertically. And the chart, the way it goes, I had to have had my fabric orientated horizontal. So I had to sit and pick out all of that silk. This is not even all of it, but this is some of it. And this is really gross, and if you're easily offended, don't listen. But if you are, why are you here? But whatever. It looked like silk pubes to me. Anyway, so I had to sit and pick out all the work I had already done in there. So I did that last night while my son was at gymnastics, when I sat and watched practice, and while we were watching, I guess it wasn't last night, was it? I don't even know what day it is today. What day is today? Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, whatever. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm just in a zone. So I did restart it. I'm not all the way to where I was the first time. But I've made some pretty good progress. Again, Ellen Reed over at Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour is hosting this sale. The piece you can get, it's called Zimmerman Coverlet, and you can get it over at Modern Folk Embroidery. Every sale of the chart is a portion of the proceeds go to a, I hear my name being called. Portion of the proceeds go to Red Door, which is a women's shelter in Canada. So I was excited to help support that. I feel like all my stitching this week has been really grown up. I've got like a Quaker thing, I've got the Zimmerman thing, and the bat confetti. I mean, the bat is weird and not like your typical thing, but it's all really grown up. I feel like I need to stitch something a little bizarre. These things aren't my typical stitching. So, give me suggestions of what I should stitch this week coming up. I'm open to suggestions, whether it's in a WIP you haven't seen in a while. I hear footsteps. I think a kid's gonna bust in here soon. Yep, they found me. Apparently I am needed for tech support for remote learning, so Lord help us, that's not gonna go well. So I need to wrap this up super fast. Anyway, I feel like I've stitched too much grown-up stuff. I need to stitch something goofy. Open to suggestions. Don't forget to go find my needle minders on Facebook and Instagram until I get the website up and running. And this handsome guy says goodbye, and we need to go fix a kid's laptop. Bye!